everybody. Thanks for coming by. This is going to be part 2 of the MisFit mining LED sign. What I'm doing is I'm going to be using a 1x6 piece of oak, red oak, and I'm going to cut, it's in 3 sections. The top piece has the slot and the switch hole. Then there's going to be the bottom piece that has the compartment is going to be all the way through the oak, and that's where the lighting gets put in and the power comes in. I use a 12 volt adapter for the power source, and so that's the second piece. The third piece is going to be the middle plexiglass, and when I do that, it's just going to be, it's a real quick cut. But I got to set it up a little differently. I got to put my hardy board back on the table, and then, because I don't want, if I cut through, I start leaving gouges, makes me unhappy. So this first part, it's going to do 3 cuts. I don't know how many passes it's going to be, but do that first, and then I'm going to set up and do the bottom section. And then I have to find out if I have my 1/8 inch plexiglass piece close by. And then I also, then there's a 4th piece involved, which is the cover for the bottom. So I anchor a piece that just seals up everything, makes it nice. And yeah, so like I said, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it, and let's get cutting this thing. right, that's going to take care of phase 1 and 2 for this project. I got 2 more pieces to cut. I just wanted to take a quick break here in between to show this to you. Let me get the tip out of the way a little bit. Let's bring it up. Bring it out. Okay. I control that on my keyboard. Sometimes people will have a remote for their units. I don't. So let's see if it went through. It went through. Minimum. Oh, look at that. Just right there. We can kind of tap that free. I'm not, you know, when I pop this one out, you know, I should have cut it because the tabs here. Okay, we want to make sure that that's not killed, and this is the finish. But I lucked out. There's a little nick there, so you gotta be careful. So as you can see here, it's carved this. This actually fits over it. Actually, it's going to go like this, fit over it like that, and then in between there's a piece of plexi to pick up that light, which is going to be sitting in a strip across, and I add a switch. That's in this piece. The switch is going to go there, but then I have to bore a hole by hand through the side of this thing because I have to put the jack that's going to go in, the 3.5 millimeter for the power supply, because it's 12 volts. And then, so this is where the base piece is going to sit, and I'll just have a couple set in screws. But then once I get the plexi, I have to run screws, and that attaches it to that piece. So you can kind of see what it's going to look like. The glass is there. It's a really cool design. You know, this has been on some of the CNC sites, and you know, the design works. It's a great thing. And then maybe I'll make some smaller ones, maybe a half size, just to, you know, who knows. Anyways, I'm gonna get stuff cleaned up, and I gotta reset my piece of plexiglass I have, acrylic I should call it. It's only 12 inches wide, and this is like 15 inches. So what I have to do is I have to put it on a 45-degree angle to cut it, because I got to cut right out of the middle of that 12 by 12 piece so I get my piece. And I'll just make sure that I have the correct size to accommodate those pieces. So, you know, if this works, I'll keep this size base. We can add things to it, maybe knock some edges off by hand. You know, the CNC just isn't going to be the tool to use. I got, you know, some other ones I'm going to be using when I do the finish part of the series. So, all right, stay tuned. Alright, there you go. We got us some pieces. Came along very nicely. We got the base all carved out. This is the top piece where the slot goes. There'll be a little switch coming in the back. That guy's going to fit down in there. The paper's on it still. So it's kind of holding up that slot right there. So that's that. That's our top piece. Here's our sandwich plexiglass. It poked where the holes are, but you know, it didn't go all the way through, so I just got to take my drill bit and send it through. Not a deal breaker. But I did see one thing. I didn't do that. No, I have to hand do that because I wasn't paying attention, which is okay. So now that goes like that, and then we sandwich this fine carved piece, and that gives us our base. Okay, it's got the tabs still on it. You can kind of see them here. So that just holds it in place as it carves, and I just come back. Once I get it all put together, I got a barrel sander on my lathe setup I have. I'm going to have that set up to, once it's together, I can run it on that and get it all nice and flat and the same. Here, let's see this. So this is the bottom. I was talking about that before. It's just a piece of hardy board. Hardy board is like the stuff on the back of a cabinet if you bought it at like an IKEA or something, or if you don't know what IKEA is, you know, it's just a shop that has furniture you put together, you nail it back on, and that's what that stuff is. Just a little thicker. MDF. Let's see. Do I have the right setup here? Here we go. And look at that. Well, all right. This is going to be the end of part 2. Part 3, I'm going to have everything ready to go. And it's going to be putting the lights in and stuff. I'm not going to put you through watching me sand and give a nice color to this. I don't even know what color I'm going to stain it. Maybe a light dark oak. The one I used, the original one, was a hardwood called zebra wood, which was really grainy. This is oak. You know, maybe leave in the comments maybe what color you like to see it. But all right, so I'll get going on this, and then I'll see you for the next part. As always, thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks.